I want to talk in this video a little bit about feeling unsafe. So feeling unsafe means experiencing a lack of emotional, physical, psychological security around people. It means fearing being blamed, judged, manipulated or abused, and it all stems from toxic relationships and trauma from the past. Now, often people do this because in their own lives in the past, they will have had situations where they would have felt out of control. They would have felt humiliated by someone or a group of people. They would have felt insignificant. They will have felt powerless. And when this happens, that kind of feeling is quite painful, obviously a painful place to be in. So what they do is they try and, rather than tend to that pain and heal themselves from that hurt from the past, they'll look for a victim to exert power dynamics and control over others so that they can feel in control themselves and powerful. So it's almost like trying to recreate previous past power imbalances, really. And when this happens, they look for a victim. They look for someone to exert control over. And then that gives them like an adrenaline rush. It gives them a sense of power over others. And when you are somebody that somebody is doing that to, you need to ensure that you're aware of what's going on. You need to make sure that you're aware that actually it's all in the name of exerting power dynamics over you. And they're really trying to protect themselves from their own insecurities. Now, I had a situation at home where I had a housemate who was constantly making trouble, constantly calling me a liar when he was lying, constantly manipulating situations, and ordering me to do things that were unnecessary. And it left me feeling very unsafe. I got things at times stolen, broken, and he'd done it, but he'd never admit to it. And it left me feeling really powerless. It left me feeling really scared and anxious and out of control. It left me feeling very, very vulnerable. And the more vulnerable I felt, the more fearful I become, the more my housemate picked up on that fear and tried to exert further power dynamics and control over me. And it left me feeling helpless and out of control. And this is why it's so important to recognize when you feel that way around someone. It's important to recognize that you need to be exerting your boundaries around them. Now, you may be wondering, well, how do I identify when this is happening? Well, one of the ways is that you never feel comfortable around them. You always feel on edge, you always feel drained, and you feel like you can never make them happy or satisfy them. That's one way that you can know that you're being, one way that you can know you feel unsafe. Secondly, you get a feeling that you're always feeling nervous around them. You feel like everything you do is just really hard work, that whatever you do around them, it's just impossible. You can never please them, and they always demand more and more, and they make you always feel like you're not given enough, like you're always at fault for everything, and it can make you feel really, really unsure about yourself and confused. You can also as well recognize when this is happening because you realize that they deflect a lot. So they call you a liar when it's actually them that's telling lies. They'll often call you out for being a troublemaker when it's them that's creating trouble. And it can be a really stressful place to be in. You need to recognize, though, in these situations that the problem is them and it's not you. The problem is their own insecurities. It's their seeking to exert control over others that's the issue, and you just happen to be a vulnerable target. Well, don't blame yourself when this happens. You need to exert your own boundaries around them. You need to make sure that you're safe, and you need to also ensure that that you recognize what's going on. And I hope this video will help you today to do that.